We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the twin flame collective, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. We have a lot of powerful energies coming into the planet, already kind of kicking off the past couple of days. This will be leading up to an exciting Capricorn full moon, which happens Sunday. So we're still in Cancer season until then. On Monday, we're going to shift into Leo season, and this is huge for the flames as we prepare to move into Leo season. We always go into some really great energy for twin flames this time of year too. But we're going to start with a reading for the twin flames. The next couple of days are great for working with the energies as they're quite high, leading up to that Capricorn full moon too. Remember, this is just a general reading for you. I always say take what resonates for your specific situation. Make sure you're doing the one-on-one phone calls or reading option with me on my website. You can do that as often as you need to too. People do. So you can always do one-on-one calls with me. It's going to help you a lot for your specific situation. I have that option. I am an energy healer, and I'm always trying to get you to do more energy healing work. I have healings, clearings, and activations on my website. I also do twin flame coaching, which is great for working you through this process. Twin flames can be a complex relationship or dynamic as it plays off of the yin and yang energies, so it very much mirrors or reflects back to you your own light and dark aspects. So it brings up a lot of, we'll say, hidden or inner shadow work to do. This is the inner wounds. You can't take the karmic baggage and that inner baggage into union, so it is your twin flame that often is pointing out some of these things for you. All about clearing karma and the karma of your past once you do meet your twin flame, as once again you're not able to bring this stuff into union with you. So oftentimes, most of the time, let's just say most of the time, a lot of twin flames end up in a separation space. This could be actual separation, no communication, no contact, or even it can be just slow coming into union. It just kind of depends on how your own unique situation is going to play out. This is where more work needs to be done and work to be done on yourself. The reason why the twins are divided is because oftentimes it is your twin flame that is triggering your core wounds and baggage, and then it gives you that space that you may need to work through certain issues. So a lot of people say, well, what if my twin is not doing the work, right? It doesn't matter if you're working to heal yourself, clear your traumas, and to raise your frequency. This will help because you and your twin flame are connected energetically. You're connected on such a subatomic level energetically that when you do that healing work, this is going to trigger that healing on your twin flame side too. And there's we'll say the space that they need to work through their baggage too. So just know it only takes one of the twin flames to be clearing a pattern, behavior, or even trauma, and it will help with your twin flame. You're going to notice that your twin flame acts as a mirror within their life and what they've been through as to what is coming up for you to heal too. They're showing you things in that twin flame mirror too. Okay, so we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine, divine masculine. If you're watching, take this as messages from your divine feminine to masculine. Our love was too intense for me to handle. I needed to break away. There might be triggering happening. So oftentimes there are reunion or reconnection points where you talk and you might notice you're getting triggered. Or your twin flame may be acting triggered too. But pay attention to you, divine feminine. This is a reading for the divine feminine. And then I think if you get honest, you'll say, okay, maybe this isn't ready for union yet. More work to be done. It's almost like you're a tuning fork. You're like, right? And when you have that interaction with your twin flame, right, what kind of energy is coming up? How are you vibrating? Because your twin flame will amplify anything going on with you energetically, including how you're feeling. This is all about transmuting lower frequency energy and raising up the vibe and shifting your energy into higher frequencies. This will transmute any negative feelings into positive ones. You'll start to feel better. It doesn't matter where you're at in the process. Just know that your twin flame has come along and planted a seed. We have a lot of people, their twin flame, and this is especially on the masculine, but I see a lot of people, it can be on either, might be like, oh, they're going back to their old life before they met you. This isn't possible, as once you've met your twin flame, a seed has been planted for union. And doesn't matter where your paths take you, you're always both working towards union, no matter where you're at, specifically or individually or even in that process. Just know that. I know we've been together in past lives. I recognize you. You were never a stranger to me. This is a deep past life connection where you've been together in so many past lives, but also union is guaranteed across every reality in this dimension too. And you'll say, what? Yes, it is your destiny to come together with this person on every timeline and every reality, no matter how it is going. However, usually there's a lot of inner work required in getting there. So this is where you're needing to focus on your healing to make this possible. Also staying focused on that goal of union, or if in union, what you want to accomplish within that union too. And so just staying focused to help to manifest union right now. I feel like I abandoned you and myself when we broke up. I want to reconcile. There could be a separation or breakup energy. Divine Feminine wants to reconcile. This probably triggered a lot of abandonment, rejection wounds, or even trauma. Going through a twin flame separation, this is where the crazy energy comes out and things like that, and things that you need to look at with this person too. So they may have triggered a lot of past trauma in you that you needed to work out, or even childhood wounds, or even childhood attachment issues. You draw your twin flame to you when you're ready to work out that trauma too. So we all hold trauma, but especially those that are in that twin flame process are trying to work through that trauma. Energy healing is amazing for that. It's going to help you a ton. Make sure you're doing more healing sessions too on my site. I'm confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. And you'll always love this person in a very deep, unconditional love type of way. You're always going to want this person. You're always going to love them. You're always going to want to be with them too. So you have very deep feelings that this person has stirred up. Now, the reason why a lot of twins end up in separation is because it also stirs up the childhood trauma. And oftentimes you or your twin flame may have some type of attachment trauma from childhood, or wounding, or we'll say avoidant or insecure attachment. This makes it harder to come into union. It's still going to end up that way. But the reason why is because oftentimes this is these type of, I say that people that are wired like this, we'll just say you're wired like that from childhood, tend to want to avoid going and revisiting the past, or what has happened with them in the past, or emotions that it triggers and stirs. So the problem with twin flame is it stirs up all those beautiful love energies and emotions, but it also stirs up all of the childhood wounding and trauma to be dealt with. This can be intense for people. Sometimes the ego steps in and tries to shut down or dismiss the connection altogether, or to avoid the connection, thinking that they will avoid some type of hurt, pain, or trauma. However, separation triggers more of that, because when you're in union, it feels really good, right? You're merging, it's great. And when you're in separation, we all know that you're going to be dealing with those heavier energies again and again. And so oftentimes you can get caught in cycles of separation from not healing or dealing with the trauma. And this could be one or both twin flames. So we have these kind of themes coming up. I'm in love with you and I'm ready to take action. I want to build a beautiful life with you. You might feel that too. Some of you guys are being guided to check in on your twin flame every once in a while to see where they're at. Oh my God, this morning check-in, not so great. Okay, but you might feel guided to check in with them and see where they're at, because you may want to move this along, or you may want to see some more progress with it, and you're going to kind of know what's going on. And if there are delays, obstacles, setbacks, blocks, you're going to kind of know what they are too. Some of these things may be on your twin flame. Some of these, you might know, right? I say that. If you're in a separation and there's lack of communication, just look at any like social media blocking, phone blocking, things like that. That's blocked on their side. These are blocks that they need to remove, right, on their side. And I can always tell like what's going on by the physical manifestation of it too. So look at like any blocking, because sometimes twin flame separation comes with like no communication or not a lot of communication. When we see this blocking or not a lot of communication or not wanting to communicate, this can indicate blocks that need resolved on the other side. Good news though, you can do some of that healing for you and your twin flame though, no matter where you're at. So this is still a reading for Divine Feminine. You're being guided to dig in deep into your healing journey, knowing that it will help both of you. Being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. It hurts twin flames to be apart, and then sometimes you get stuck in these kind of cycles too. And the biggest reason that twin flames end up apart is childhood wounding and trauma. Number one, we've gone into that a little bit, and karma to clear and deal with. So a lot of times some of the situations are like, okay, they need to clear some of this stuff too. So it just kind of depends. The distance between us kills me. Any separation or distance is literally killing you. You just want to be with this person. I wish you were here with me. And this is a huge one too, that you might want this person to be with you in union already. Some of you guys went into that love bubble first to make physical plans and ideas and what you wanted your lives to look like together, and you go into that love bubble planning phase first so that you can kind of, see what you guys want to do together. Now, of course, the timelines are always changing, but you've got such a vision of that to help you towards union in the beginning, but sometimes we go into the separation spaces we didn't see. So you're probably missing this person a lot. I hate seeing you with them. There's nothing like seeing your divine masculine with any type of karmics, right? Karmic attachments to trigger your energy too. And this could just be staying stuck in karmic situations. I don't know if masculine will understand that, because you know that they are capable of so much better, and that the karmics, whether this is family, ex-lovers, current partners, things like that, dynamics that they're dealing with, oftentimes it's connected with family dynamics too. You know that they are capable of so much more in their life, and that a lot of times they're playing victim to their circumstances, and you know that they could be capable of so much more, right, if they shifted into their full potential. And you know that some of these connections are out of obligation and they're holding back them, but also the union too. So you're going to see clearly their blocks on their side too. So sometimes some of the divine masculines have things karmically that are keeping them or blocking them from union, so they might not be in union and it's keeping them in separation. They might be in union and they're trying to bring this energy into union. Like, I know a lot of people like that too. They're trying to bring this old energy into union and it's throwing it off, or throwing the frequencies off within them. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. So know that too. You guys are probably checking up on each other on social media. I don't want to be toxic anymore. Your twin flame has shown you, divine feminine, toxic traits, patterns, and things that you need to work on and that you need to heal and things that you need to release. So they have shown you things, right, to kind of work on. Okay, so we're going to do, and I brought a bunch of cards today. Make sure you guys are checking out my website. I do have a bunch, ooh, that one's falling out, so we'll do it. I have a bunch of stuff on there. Make sure that you're checking it out. I've been adding some new stuff to it. I did update it this morning though, so make sure you guys are also checking out my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I always try to grab the cards when they're falling out. Okay. Spirit is trying to get our attention, but check out my website. I got some stuff on it for the full moon and other stuff. Anything in my shop is always good. I did update it this morning. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Okay, so you are being guided down a spiritual path right now. Time to slow down and really follow your inner guidance. This is the hidden path. You're being guided to go in another direction. I was telling myself that this morning, that, especially if you're putting in the spiritual work, you're going to be guided to new plateaus, right? You're going to be guided in new directions that the rest of humanity hasn't tapped into for a long time. And this is like the hidden ascension paths, spiritual paths. You're going to tap into a lot of inner knowledge and which direction to go. Make sure you're just kind of following your own path. Something I've learned from navigating my own twin flame experience is that there are a lot of twists and turns in this journey. It's why they call it a journey for twin flame, or even a spiritual journey. There will be points where your path intercepts and you will be together. There will be spaces you may be pulled back and guided into separation. It just kind of depends. If you're in a separation, know your twin flame is coming back to you. They're still healing right now. Okay, release. Time to chill out and release any fear, anxiety, and doubt. These are things that are being mirrored back to you in twin flame. So if you have fears around love, intimacy, or even commitment, your twin flame is going to reflect these issues back to you. I know, right? Their issues are your issues. It's one and the same. And so this might be something that has come out too. And this is just an example of it. So they're going to show you and shine a light on your hidden anxieties, doubts, and even fears. They trigger your insecurities. This is something that you're going to have to deal with this too. Dealing with any insecurities that this relationship has triggered. We have root chakra coming up and healing any scarcity, insecurity, lack of faith. You need to believe that you deserve better. And I know, and around love too. And I was seeing this very clearly with my own twin flames family dynamic, and I was telling myself this very much mirrors my own, that a lot of us are dealing with childhood programming that made us feel never good enough or not good enough around love, which is very sad. And so this might be something that you're dealing with, the childhood programming that may have created blocks in your system that may have affected your relationships later on. So this is something that is coming up too. Working on your ascension right now. And this is like aligning with the universe. Stay connected to spirit right now. Connect with your soul. Trying to shift out of ego triggers, because that's what the ego is. It gets very triggered by our twin flame. I could feel that this morning too, right? Like, right, okay, getting out of the ego triggers and behaviors. I know we have a lot of labels that'll, say to define these behaviors, but it's really just ego being triggered by the intense experience. We talked about healing family stuffs and resolving any family issues right now. Get support if you guys need it. It's always sad for the ones that don't want the help with it, because you guys probably need help on some level. And we talked about, okay, so this is going to be first divine feminine, what to heal, avoidance. Someone told me the other day, I don't need help, and I felt very bad for them. So get help if you need it. You're going to probably need someone that's very, has a lot of experience in this to help you. Go to a good healer, right? Like, go to a good energy worker. This will help to speed up your process, especially if you're stuck and not seeing the results. A lot of people like to just sit and then you're stagnant and nothing shifts. You have to shift this yourself. Oftentimes you're needing to know how. You might be hiding certain aspects of yourself from your divine masculine. You might be dealing with no communication. All right, you're going through the tower moment. This is changes happening in your life around your job, home, right? Everything that comes with your awakening, you're going to go through some big shifts. This is a crumbling, but it might even be around this connection too. You might be going through some type of heartbreak, separation, or loss around this connection. You might have lost the connection. You might have ended up in separation. Oftentimes, twin flame leads you back to yourself again and again. It just kind of depends on how this manifests. You're looking at pictures of your twin flame, divine feminine, and missing them. You miss them bad. Okay, so I want to see what to heal on your masculine side. So we're going to still do a reading for the feminine, but what the masculine needs to heal, what your masculine is healing. They need to take care of their own finances and emotional needs. It's family issues with them. They might be having a hard time doing that. They're struggling to forgive divine feminine, even though certain things have to come to the surface within this connection. They can't let go of something that happened in the past or move on yet. They need to work on healing their heart and opening their heart. And pride is getting in the way, ego in the way of their connection. And this is a huge one. This is pride and ego are just kind of running the show for the masculine. It's something they need to move past to start over with you, or to shift fully into union, or to be in a more harmonious union. Okay, you're going through a lot of DNA activations and upgrades right now. Yeah, the rest of this year. Okay, we're feeling the upgrades too. So know that you're going through a metamorphosis. And that's why sometimes we go into that cocoon. And it's like, I want to say ego death takes us into the cocoon. They're like layers of ourselves, right? And so you're going through like this whole rebirth energy. You're looking amazing lately. Maybe you've been doing the work and you've been healing and you're really radiant and glowing and very magnetic to your masculine. Or maybe you're going through an ego death and you're in that repulsion energy and they're repelled by you at the moment if they're staying away. And you're kind of a gooey mess. And so there's a spectrum of that. Where are you at, right? In the healing journey. And you might go through those phases too. Remember, you're a rainbow bridge. You're connected to the stars. You have that beautiful galactic connection to twin flames do. And remembering that to connect with the galactics, connect with the stars. Nurture your physical body. Take care with the food that you're eating. Try to take better care of yourself. Even if you're stretching, doing Reiki, right, healing, eating better food. Really take care of your physical body as it's going through changes right now. You're doing a lot of emotional clearing. This is why I have so many clearing sessions for twin flames on my website, as this is going to require a ton of clearing in many layers. Make sure that you're clearing yourself more. Especially if you're not in union, it's a big part of the process. All right, you're trying to balance a lot right now. This has a lot to do with money too. You might be kind of up and down with your finances. You're juggling a lot. You're all over the place. You're multitasking. You got a lot going on. Make sure you're also focusing on this twin flame connection. If you are a twin flame, it's a very important part of your spiritual path. All right, usually this is my Ace of Cups is usually my new beginning in love, but it's flipped. You're like, right? You might be ready for reunion and union. It might not be time, and you'll be able to tell by your twin flame in their side too. And so this is like, you might be feeling lack of love or selfishness in that connection. Just know that too with your divine masculine. It just kind of depends. But there is a reconciliation coming with you both if you are in separation or if you're not in union yet. And this is resolving the issues. You will resolve the deeper issues and get back together too. But there is some type of toxicity in this connection and some type of drama. And you guys will know best what that is. You need to move through these issues and come into union. We do have that reunion union card. It's one I get a lot doing these readings. So we have the Ten of Cups, which is a beautiful twin flame connection card. It's about things going good. It's that happily ever after to this story. I know separation's like a, what do you call those things? Interlude, like halfway in between a movie. They'd say intermission, right? That's what separation is. It's just putting things on hold. But we know that once you've met, this has been set into momentum. It's already manifested on a higher level. So you might be feeling that intermission. All right, this is clearing the karma. Time to clear the karmic lessons and things that are blocking this connection. We have the Empress in reverse. This is getting out of the masculine energy for the divine feminine, getting into your feminine side. This is all about abundance, attracting. You might be acting overbearing with your twin flame. I don't want to use the word controlling, but overbearing and not going with the flow in some type of way. Make sure you're also going with the masculine's flow of things. Sometimes the masculines, I don't want to say this, but are having a hard time keeping up energetically with the divine feminine. You guys process emotions better. They're having to process a lot of emotions too. And we talked about old emotions from their past. It's not just from you. So just know that too, okay? Okay, so we're going to do a reading for the divine masculine. See where they're at. All right, divine masculine, and we're going to start out with some messages from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. So what's going on with the masculine collective? Messages to the divine feminine. My spirit is always with you. Can you feel me? Do you still love me too? So they know that they're with you on the higher. You guys both feel each other a lot. You're both intuitive empaths. You're like, right. But empaths mirror each other a ton. So there's that effect with twin flames, but you're both intuitive empaths. You pick up on energies a lot, intense energies hitting both. The thought of you with someone else drives me crazy because we're going to go through this because I see on the divine feminine side we have, and this is Netflix and chill. Some of you guys are ready to spend time with other people, especially if you're at a, I want to say hanged man with this situation. You feel like you're getting nowhere with the masculine, and the masculine is sensing that you want to do love regardless. I know, like you might have tried everything. This isn't for everyone, but you might have tried everything with your twin flame. And some of you guys are just kind of, okay, well, did what I could do here. That's on them, right? Okay, would I be rejected if I contacted you? Do you still want me? This is rejection wound. They're worried about being rejected by you, or it could just be how you acted with this. So there is that very real fear. We were too different. That's why I'm with someone similar to me. So you're not their usual type. Now, some of them are with karmics, but this is not for everyone because some of these masculines are single and being kept single to work towards union. But some are with karmics, and they've been with karmics in the past. And oh my God, the karmics are like, yeah, I know. They're very different than you. Like, right? How you act. Divine, feminine, and masculine that are twin flames have a fiery energy, okay? Like, right? The karmics are muggles. You're like, what? You know, they are. Like, you're like sleep, super asleep. Twin flames are super awake generally. I'm coming to you with an offer. Will you say yes when I offer you my hand? Will you take it? This person is doing a lot of soul searching on this connection and what they want. They are going to come in with an offer, but it's going to be on their terms. I'm resisting my desire for you because it's too late now. We've grown apart and you moved on. They might feel that you've moved on or that it's messed up beyond repair. It never is, no matter what has happened for twin flames. When you're destined for something, it is for you. Doesn't matter how you get there. We're meant to be together. I will wait as long as it takes for a shot with you. So this masculine has been secretly waiting for you. They desire you, but it's like, I said to someone in a call yesterday, they see you as like the forbidden fruit. Like, I don't know why. Like holding back on their desires and maybe just focus on matrix stuff or whatever. I was selfish and stuck in my ego, so they might just be stuck in some ego pattern too. I'm ready for commitment. I don't feel like I deserve you. So we talked about not feeling worthy or having wounds around love. They'll never compare to you. This person might wanted to keep shopping or swiping. I say swiping, right? In a world where people swipe for love, oh God. They might have wanted to keep their options open and thought there might have been better options, but they know that no one will compare to the twin flame. No. So as a vegetarian, when I'm offered a steak, I'm just not doing it. You're like, what? No thanks. I'm like, no thank you, I'm good. It's a little like that with twin flame. Like the karmics are like the knockoff brands. I know, right? Like the twin flame is the $100 item, and the karmics are the 10-cent knockoff, like all broken and busted up, right? Okay, it's something like that, jokes aside. And they know that, and this is why oftentimes they might have to work through some of their own beliefs of not feeling good enough, or they make up excuses to keep you guys apart. Oh, I have to do this stuff, or this is more important, but it's all just distancing and keeping you apart because it's fear of love, and it's, this whole thing of it, right? And you'll probably realize that because at first you're like, okay, yeah, they got this, they can't be with me, and you'll go along with it. But after a while, you begin to learn that these are just ego illusions, and Divine Feminine is here to kind of tear those down. You're like, right? And that they're just excuses, they're ego blocks. So the masculine comes with a lot of ego blocks about why they can't do with love, and this is just from their childhood programming and from their inner wounds. There's going to be some type of compromise that happens, and this is like mutual understanding and both getting a lot out of this connection. Masculine is focusing too much on money, career, status in the third dimension. This is coming from your past life, and you'll probably see this in your South Node if you do get away into astrology. You were very focused on business and being successful, but in this lifetime, your destiny is to shift into this union and to be more focused on love, family, and these kind of aspects. And I don't mean your earth family, because those are the most karmic connections you have in your life. I mean with your twin flames. I don't mean your childhood family when I say that. Okay, you're focused on goals, business, and this is you working on your place in the world, but you might be a little bit distracted by that, like we talked about. Okay, so Divine Masculine, there might be not a lot of communication. You might be having communication blocks or not communicating your feelings well. You're not expressing your feelings well. All right, you're determined for this union. You're still holding on. And a lot of people are like, why is my Divine Feminine still there? Because you're holding on and you can't let go either. So Divine Masculine is holding on to all of this too, and holding on to the Divine Feminine in some type of way. So energetically, you're still in their field. You're still in the feminine's field. There might be a breakup, distance, or separation, and cold shoulder energy. Depends on whose side. Okay, so we're going to do what to heal on Divine Masculine side with things, and Divine Feminine. Okay, Divine Masculine, you might be playing mind games with your Divine Feminine. You might be testing them, analyzing them, or acting immature. You might be distracted by karmics. I know, be careful. You might be getting distracted, tested, or tempted right now. Oftentimes twin flames go through testing. This could just be how you react. You're dealing with karma, hitting rock bottom, and your life falling apart. Especially if you're in separation, you may have lost everything, losing this union. You've been stalking your twin flame. This could be online or other ways to see what they're up to. And then on your Divine Feminine side, I want to see what they're up to and what they need to heal. This is destiny. They're struggling to find the right path, especially without you too. They're trying to follow this destined path to union. Expect unexpected outcomes. This is like things not going as planned for the Divine Feminine. They might have planned union, right? And I know, they're mending their broken heart. And so this is like, they want to fix the connection and fix things with you on the Divine Feminine side. And there's a reflection, like being away from you has given them a lot of clarity for the Divine Feminine side. They're actually very clear in their energy right now. They might not have been if you guys were together and separated, or last time you saw them. They're very clear in their energy right now. They've been doing that high level energy work, Divine Masculine. Okay, keep working on your personal development. This is continuing to learn. Work on self-love right now. We talked about wounds around childhood programming, not feeling worthy. That could be throwing off union. Take care of yourself right now. Make sure that you're following your inner guidance right now. Some of you guys are having a hard time. You're following your ego, which is not your amigo, and you're needing to follow your inner guidance and to like really tap into that too. So make sure that you're following your guidance. Know that you're on this path to ascension. You will ascend with your divine counterpart, with your Divine Feminine together. And so all paths lead back to ascension, but also union. Right, we have the Magician. You might have missed some type of opportunities with this, which is okay. But this is self-doubt, and this is like you are that whole manifester, but you might be there might be lack of a spiritual connection. Like you might be, a lot of times you guys have made up ego narratives. When we talk about ego, the most damaging thing it can do is to dismiss this magical connection, because this is is to dismiss this magical connection and to make up narratives about this based on your past experiences. So this is like needing to flip that energy and clear a block here. This is a very spiritual connection, but sometimes we get confused as to the process because it's triggering all of our trauma, and it can feel like the relationships of the past, but really it's just dislodging those past energies for us to heal. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands. You're drained and you have your defenses up. You got your walls up too much. You might not be letting your divine feminine in. You might be pushing them away. This is fight or flight mode. And so just know that. All right, they are your wish fulfillment. You want this union more than anyone, and you might not know how to get there, but this is like, you always get what you want. Hey, kitty. You always get what you want, and you want this union with this person, and you know it. Like, you literally do. And so you know that you're manifesting this person. I know, right? This is, you're sitting and manifesting. You're in that energy. But we have a block of karmic justice in the way. There might be things that you need to resolve. This could be with karmic family issues, legal issues. It just kind of depends. So there's some type of karmic stuff. And yes, it could be legal matters like divorce or settlements, but it could be family things or actual karmic family things or karmic connections. Something needs to be resolved to get to union. And then we have the Four of Cups. Like, you're refusing offers, but this could be your union too. You've gone into stagnated energy from trying to set around this union. So I think I told my twin flame, because I say all sorts of things to him. I said something like, you know, you can't move on in separation. It's like you're in limbo, right? Neither can. It's like you can't move on anyways, and you might trick yourself that you can, but neither is going anywhere. And you're just in this separation space, and that you're not actually going anywhere, getting anywhere. Now, you may in other areas of your life as you're focusing on stuff like that too, but you're not. And it's just kind of like you're spinning your wheels and you're in the same place because you're dealing with that separation energy. It just kind of depends. So there is that kind of energy, and this is like you're focusing too much on the negative. Could be with your twin flame and with the connection. You might be focused too much on their flaws and things like that, or right, you're focused on their flaws than the negative, because they do, like a magnet, bring out all of the negative energy too and things that need to be dealt with. But there's also a mirroring aspect. So this is like you're not acting grateful maybe for this person, how they've probably been there more than anyone in your life, but you're not showing it, and you're not acting like happy about this connection. So there's a lack of appreciation and even gratitude for this connection too. Like, this is like the man being offered all of their wish fulfillment and cups and everything, and they're bored and turning it down. I know some of you guys liked the beginning love bubble because you felt like you were like after this person and it was exciting, the chase, and then you felt like, you know, you got bored and kind of you didn't want to do the healing work, or you thought it would be better with other people or by yourself. So we have this kind of energy coming up too, and this can represent water signs too. It just kind of depends. So this is clearing old energy and stagnant energy and doing that energy clearing work. Just kind of depends on what you need to do. The cat's saying hi, right? Speaking of clearing energy. All right, doing that energy clearing work, things are getting stagnant in your life, like they're not moving forward. You may be stuck on karmic challenges or blocks, divine masculine. Just kind of depends on what you need to do. All right, I'm going on that note anyways. Have a beautiful day. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website. Make sure you check out the activations I have up for the next couple of days, full moon specifically too. Make sure you're doing more of those healings on my website. It's going to help you a ton with shifting your specific situation too. Have a beautiful day. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com.